GoPro, enter non-glitch mode. GoPro, enter non-glitch mode. Just kidding. The GoPro does not have a non-glitch mode, but I sure in the hell wish it had it. Right? I'm having some problems with my SD card. But let's notch some junk out and try to only get silver for the day. Right? Let's do it. Let's notch the frickin' zinc pennies and the pull tabs and the bottle caps out and let's get some silver today. Yeah, doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that, people. All right? Silver, Morgan. Got a Morgie there, 1889. Silver, right? Let's turn the knocks on here first. Let's try to notch out some junk. You know, the Deus 2 came out, is coming out, and everybody's all creaming their panties because they got a freaking bottle cap reject on there. Well, let's see how that works, right? When I get it, I'll test that out, right? I probably won't be using it much, but I'll test it out at least once, right? Okay, let's go over to notch here. And I'll go up to, let's introduce a little bit of low tones in there, right? Let's notch out all the foil and junk, right? Let's notch out all the gold rings, right? Okay. I'll go back down there. Go to 9. Let's notch out all the gold rings, right? Okay. Let's notch out. Nothing there, right? Nothing there. Nothing there. Now let's turn the iron on. Oops. Gotta go out of that mode first. Oh, I got it. I've notched the pull tab out, right? Iron off. I have notched the pull tab out, right? Now, let's try this dime here, right? Oh, it's a banger, right? I do not have my iron on, so I still have it notched out, right? Let's mask that target with that notched. Nothing, right? There's no freaking way in hell you're gonna find that silver dime if you notch with any detector, even the Deus, right? Let's try this Morgie right here. Let's try the Morgie, right? This one's gonna be a little bit easier, right? Because a big coin, right? What's that? I'll put the iron on, right? I'll take that notch back out. Right? Because it's not notched out, right? I'll notch it. What did notch just do? It just freaking lost you a freaking $250 coin, right? And not only does this notch feature make it so you miss your big silver coins and pretty much all your, not all your silver coins, all your masked coins. It'll also make it so you're not getting any gold, right? Because you just notched out the famous pull tab, right? Don't notch, don't notch. Even if there's a bottle cap feature on a detector, you'll realize you're skipping up a lot of stuff. Once you go over that area and you have a bottle cap reject on, yeah, sure, you might get a few coins, but you know what? Those masked targets, it only takes 20 seconds, 10 seconds for me to pop out a cap out of the ground, right? And I'll tell you, it's the layers. Go through the layers of the ground, year by year by year by year, you know, get the junk out. Because when you sweep over a pull tab or you sweep over a bottle cap and you're working the coil, right? Working the coil, it's kind of iffy, you know. Even if you're not notched out and you're trying to skip that target out because it's, you know, giving you like a pull tab tone, right? You spend a little bit of time there on it. You just spent 10 seconds out of your freaking life, right? Dig the freaking thing up right now, so you don't have to spend that time another 10 times going over that same target. Because every time you come back that same park, you know, I go to parks a lot, the same areas, and just dig the trash. clean out the trash. Clean out the trash, right? Get down to where the good stuff is at, the deeper targets, right? And I'm telling you right now, I promise you, if you are notching, you are missing your gold and you're missing your silver coins, because there's junk on the surface that you're discriminating out, or you're not, just choose not to dig up because it's a junk tone, right? That junk tone is masking targets. You saw that right there. Wasn't even hitting that freaking huge silver coin underneath that bottle cap because I had it notched, right? And I can discriminate on any machine. I can notch on most machines, you know, higher end machines. But that doesn't mean that you're missing, you're digging up more targets. That means you're missing more targets, right? You're able to basically cherry pick the easy targets. But once you go through that ground and you clean out all the good targets, you know, the better targets, there's no reason to notch, right? Or there's no reason to skip targets up. And if you just clear the trash out, just go to the park every once in a while, just clear the trash out. It's a process, right? This is just part of the freaking hobby. If you try to, I can do the same thing with the zinc penny, with any machine. I'm not going to use the Deus right now because it does the same thing. Same thing as the Equinox. If you try to notch out this junk right here, even with the Deus 2, if you try to notch out the junk, you are skipping up stuff that you should be digging out of the ground. You never know what's going to be underneath these bottle caps, pull tabs, and zinc pennies. I understand, man, it gets monotonous digging up all this junk, right? But that's what the hobby entails, right? You have to clear out those layers of trash. No metal detector is going to get through these targets right here if you have a deeper coin underneath them. You have to get the stuff out of the ground, right? You got to understand the basics of metal detecting, and notching and discriminating is bad. Very, very, very bad, right? Because, you know, sure, you might be able to have some fun, you know, digging some coins out if you have like a coin program or something on a detector. You know, we see that in some detectors nowadays, you know, these coin programs that detectors have. You know, the Nox doesn't have a coin program. The Deus doesn't have a coin program. The Simplex, the Amphibio, they don't have coin programs, because all coins are different conductivity alloys for different regions of the world, right? You can't have a US coin mode work in Canada. You can't have a US coin mode work in Italy. You can't have a US coin work in Mexico. You can't have a US coin work in Turkey, because all the coins are different throughout the world. And if you just leave it wide open so you can hear everything in the ground, you'll be able to pinpoint those junky targets a little bit better. You know, if you have it notched out, you're going to get a broken tone, and that tone is always going to be broken if you are in a notched program, or if you have segments notched out in your conductive range, in your non-ferrous range. And I can do the same test on any machine. It'll do exactly the same thing as the Equinox, right? You know, this bigger coin here, if this were sitting deeper in the ground there, these targets will all mask them, right? You know, you get to a certain depth, right? You're not going to really find too many Morgan dollars right near the surface like that test right there. But silver dimes, you know, you're going to find them close to surface. And this stuff masks. Don't notch, dig it all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.